Today on Garage Athletes Podcast, we're in Columbus, Ohio to talk with Travis Cooper and Sean Rigsby about the Arnold Classic, and they drop a bombshell about a new member of Team Muscle Driver USA. All right. Hey, here we are. We're live. Guys, welcome to another GarageAthletes.com podcast. I am your host, Justin Metz. Nate the Intern.
What's up, guys?
That's affectionately his new name.
Nate the Intern.
And we are here with Travis Cooper and Sean Rigsby.
What's up, guys?
Not only
how's it
Team
going?
Muscle Driver, but also another really awesome, badass podcast. So
Yeah, we host a podcast at Muscle Driver called the Weightlifting Scoop, so feel free to tune into that. We talk weightlifting every week. So
now you guys do that live, right?
we actually pre-record it, but we post it same day. We usually don't alter it except for take out background noise. So
Oh, cool.
Is that through
like
Spreaker?
this?
yeah, we do it through Spreaker, so you can also download it from iTunes.
Cool.
So definitely check that out, guys.
For sure.
Rock and roll. Well, so Sean, you didn't compete today, but you coached.
I coached, and I'm competing in, what time is it? It's like 2 hours, something like that.
Competing at 7.
you're about to
yeah.
compete
I got to
right
weigh
now.
in an hour, and so I compete in 3 hours.
Sean has had a tough cut.
Really? It was really hard.
He's going super heavyweight.
I had I could only eat one Reese's peanut butter cup on
Only
the drive.
one?
Only
Wow.
one, as opposed to the normal.
Did it fit your
4.
macros?
It did. You know,
do you
get
do
my
the-
fats in.
Do you do the if it fits my macros?
No,
thing?
well, most of us are on Renaissance
Okay.
periodization. For those of you guys who don't know it,
Which does-
Nick Shaw, Mike Israel.
It does
so.
count up macros somewhat, so
Yeah,
everybody's
I mean,
goal is different
Well,
on
just
there.
kind of talk us through it in a really rudimentary sense for the listeners.
Timing, distribution of macros, good food. I mean,
Yeah, so everybody's goal is
common
different.
sense things.
Yeah.
Depending on
Planning.
what your weight class is. For me, I'm 77. I have to cut hard to get down, so I really, first of all, I have to figure out how many calories I need to be for a calorie deficit. Then I got to break that up into the macros. Then I got to break it up into the timing. So it goes pretty
Yeah.
in depth.
Okay.
It's been great for me. I dropped a whole weight class since last year, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man. I remember watching you compete last year at 85. You don't look unnatural to 77 though. So how do you feel? competing
No,
at
this is my
77?
weight class. Maybe even in the future I'll even cut down to 69. That's a long ways off, but for my height, I'm definitely supposed to be a lighter weight class than 85. So decided to make the move. I think it's helping me out for ranking and making world teams and whatnot.
You
So-
say your energy
He's
levels
super
are
jacked.
Yeah, Travis. I think you're talking about making ranking. I think you're currently in first, aren't you? I think there's
currently
other
I'm ranked number 2 on the Pan Am Games team. There's one more session to go tonight, so we'll see if it holds or not. But yeah, it's tough competition. There's one more qualifier. Alex Lee is currently ranked number 1. I cleaned the weight today and narrowly missed the jerk. Just didn't snatch that well, so I put myself in a position where I had to really go out for a tough clean and jerk, and unfortunately the jerk wasn't there, but I know I left kilos on the snatch, so in 8 weeks we'll be in St. Louis.
Yeah, so you hit your opener, 142, and then
142.
missed 147?
Missed it twice. In hindsight, could have taken 45 and maybe put myself in better position, but the way my snatches have been going in training, I thought 47 was a lock, but you never know, man. This is a interesting
it's cold
sport.
up here.
It's the beauty of the sport, man.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
All the snow. Did you guys drive up here?
9 hours.
Yeah.
9 hours from where?
9 hours from Charlotte through the snow.
What was it supposed to be?
6 or 7.
You could do it in 7. You'd probably stop, get gas, make it about 8. My van with Commodore Mike drove right through the snow, given nothing about it.
Nice.
Some vans came in slower. How long did yours take, Coop?
Well, I actually drove up separately. But
That's right. You were ahead of us. We had a van that
stopped
took like
off
12
in,
hours.
Well, I saw a photo of Travis Mash behind the wheel. He was white knuckling it, man.
There was 20 accidents. There was a semi on fire.
Oh, wow.
Like really.
We saw a wrecked RV, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh man, it was great. It looked like some out of Final Destination. It was, everything was just destroyed, and then it had just the driver's seat just open and exposed.
It looked like
was
beef
scary.
footage from Twister. It was terrible.
Well, flights were getting canceled left and right. We decided to drive up here a while back. It was dangerous, but we got here on time. So,
Yeah, for us it was
least we
supposed to
got
be
here.
8 hours, and it was
Turned in
12.
12.
So
Thankfully,
Left at 8 a.m., got in at 8.
thankfully we didn't end out one of those cars on fire on the side.
Oh man,
that's nice.
Oh man, yeah. So you 142, and then you came out, and I think you had a really strong cleanager opener, and that was at 180.
Well, basically what happened is after I didn't snatch as well, my plan changed, and I had to take 179, and that took third place on the Pan Am ranking team. And then 182 was for second place on the Pan Am ranking team, just barely edging out both my teammates on my first 2 attempts. And then the one I really wanted was that 186 to take first. And
I'm not going to lie, I thought you were going to go for 191 for the record. Like the 182 looked so solid.
I would love to. Given different circumstances, I think I would have had a shot at it because I wouldn't have had to take so many lifts to get there. Say I snatch 147, that opens up the opportunity to open at 181 for first place and then do whatever I want. And then, of course, in warm-ups, you probably only worked up to 170, so you just have more energy. The way it worked out, I had to take all 3 attempts, and they were all very heavy, so I didn't have a chance for that today. But I think it's coming. Give me some time.
Well, it was a great meet altogether, man. It was a great session, and this is my first Arnold. I've never been out to it before, and I've heard it's the best meet of the year, and I would totally agree. I think
it's a beautiful setup, good competition. It's a Pan Am qualifier. There's no team points. You're going out there trying to make teams and rank yourself in Sinclair against other lifters and there's 10 grand on the line.
That's something that we talk about, man. That money brings those people out, and there's not enough of those events. We were talking about that earlier. I know, with the garage games, trying to do more weightlifting meets, and I know you came out to one last year with us or whatever, and a little bit different than a USAW style normally. But we're trying to get more meets out there where lifters can make money.
You need more meets like this where there's money, music, atmosphere, people getting hyped, lights, big stage,
Oh, yeah.
For so long you went to meets and maybe your parents came and watched you. You could go to national meets and maybe your parents came to watch you.
Well, you're not going to win any money at nationals either.
No. But if we could get a little bit more money in the sport, get people excited, just creating good atmosphere, I think, is actually will make weightlifting go farther than even the money might,
Absolutely.
$10,000, that's unheard of for a weightlifting meet. So we'll see how it pans out. Even second and third place are, like 3,300 second. That's still a lot of money. And, 1,200 for third place. That's good money. So
well, that's what happens when you get a bunch of like-minded people in one place. I've never seen this many bro tanks in my entire life.
It's ridiculous out here. Somebody was saying it looks like a carnival, but like a carnival or Walmart as far as people watching goes, but like the opposite end of the spectrum.
Really jacked.
The Arnold is a freak show, no doubt. It's tons of fun though. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. So.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm curious, man. So you guys started Weightlifting Scoop. Why did you do that? Why did you guys start that? Was it something that you wanted to do? Was it like you felt like it needed to be done, or?
Well, we
just bored.
John was on the team, John North, and he had his weightlifting talk. And when he decided to go out on his own and try to grow the Attitude Nation as much as possible, basically. We were like, we still have stuff to say. We need an outlet.
You had a hole in your heart.
Yeah, so that was our outlet. Glenn wanted to get back on the podcast, and all the other guys did too. So we created our own thing, the Weightlifting Scoop, and I think we've had a pretty good. We have a regular listening, so
you put out some great content consistently.
As far as weightlifting goes, it's I think the best podcast. Weightlifting specific. John has a lot of exciting, interesting guests, and so do you. You've had some good guests on lately. Like Fred Lowe and. Melanie Roach.
It's been hard,
a whole bunch of people.
Me and James traveled so much last year. When we started this year, I was like, one of the things I want to stay in town more this year and give myself the opportunity to train at Muscle Driver more. And we decided to kind of spark things up, get guests more often. It's worked out really well.
There's a lot of time and effort that goes into this, That's why we stopped. We used to do a podcast for the garage games specifically. And we stopped doing that just because we honestly didn't have enough time. And we just now recently started this back up, and we switched over to audio only. We're doing video this weekend just because we're here, and it's an event, and it's kind of a cool spot, and we've got the time and the ability to do it. But man, doing all that stuff, it's a lot of time and effort for something that you don't really see a whole lot out of not monetarily anyways.
No, not directly.
But I think that's the kind of stuff that needs to be done to grow the sport more, to get people more involved in it. So, I mean, I'm sure you guys have good feedback from people. What's your favorite episode that you guys have done? What's the favorite person that you've had on?
Oh, man. Honestly, when I book guests, it's I normally book people who I selfishly want to hear from. I had never gotten an opportunity to hear from Melanie Roach, and she had some interesting perspectives. As long as I've been in weightlifting, which is 12 years, and she's been in it forever the whole time, I'd never talked to her. So that was a lot of fun. Talking to Fred Lowe, some people think I'm his doppelganger, so that was pretty cool. And he's also the lightest American to clean and jerk 400 pounds, which is something I would like to do one day. And because he's my doppelganger, I think that'd be pretty cool.
And you'd have to drop down to 69, though.
Yeah, or just weighing really light. So
Okay.
we'll see.
Yeah, cool. Well, cool. Well, what, Sean? What are you opening up with today? Are you getting hyped about it now? Like you're everything going, or you don't know yet?
He can't tell you the secrets.
I haven't decided yet. We'll see how it goes in the back room. I mean, I got some ideas. I got a whole range, but no, we'll get back there and see what happens, man.
Anywhere between 100 and 200 kilos.
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere between
more
100
more than Tatiana.
More than Tatiana?
Okay, is that like a pride? Is that a pride thing?
That's
That's
a
like a
call
man
out.
thing. You gotta do that.
Got to. I mean, I'm not going to have a woman outlift me.
Does she weigh more than you though too?
No, she weighs a little less than me, but she's pretty close. She's incredible.
Oh my gosh,
an
yeah.
incredible athlete. Been doing it for
Technician.
years.
For sure.
Effortless today.
Technician.
Every single lift.
Really beautiful. Not
It's
even
fun to watch.
approaching her max even. I
Yeah,
don't
she
think.
was at a
No.
seminar yesterday. We saw a video of her snatching 130
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
effortlessly, the day before she comes out.
And what is her clean and jerk PR? It's got to be like 180.
190.
Oh, 190.
Oh, it is
Yeah,
190.
I was
190.
telling you.
Was
the
that-
only lift I've ever seen her show emotion
Yeah.
was that 190.
That was at
and
London,
it was even,
right?
it was a little half smile. That was really all we got.
What is up with those Russians, guys?
They're
What's-
good, man.
I mean,
There's a huge history. The Soviet Union, they wanted to win at weightlifting and wrestling, and so there's a rich history of it, and they just continue to produce.
They're just not happy though. That's what I'm saying. Like
You
they
should have
never-
seen
it's
her
like,
coach.
It's like you should be so happy right now.
After she was done, I go into the back room and I go, "Hey, can I get a picture with you?" She was fine, smiling. Her coach was so upset.
Oh really?
Was so was
wow.
not
Did
not
he
like
start,
actually
like,
upset, but
speaking
he's
in, like,
just
Russian and-
standing there, just
Mean mugging?
growling at me. Just
I have to say, I mean, she's got to be a little happy. She just came down here. She won 10 grand plus whatever she got at the seminar.
yeah, no, she didn't mind at
Free
all.
trip paid for.
I thought it was really amazing.
And it must have been just easy. I mean, what? The clean and jerk 30-kilo jump between the previous lifter
Yeah, she was
and her?
basically just doing warm-ups.
Yeah.
Like those were warm-ups she would probably do during training.
That's easy money right
And then
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good experience for her to come out and do it. And I mean, well, she had the plane ride.
I was about to
and
say
hotel
more
room,
than
but-
paid for the plane ticket.
Worlds
for
is in
sure.
the United States next year, so it's practice, at the end of the
Getting
year,
used to
she
it.
gets to travel
Yeah.
to the U.S., see how her body feels. Even though she didn't push it, those numbers would medal every time, and just
Yeah.
to see how that feels.
Yeah, what she did today still would have medaled at Worlds. I'm pretty sure it would have got bronze still.
When you
Like,
just get someone that
Which-
strong.
which is
Well,
crazy.
if you take her out of the mix and put it gets silver because she's the one.
yeah,
who
if you
won,
take her, it still gets silver. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's right.
She'd be on the podium with 2 medals around her.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
2
man.
chains.
Take-
Taking
Not
it easy.
smiling.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
me, baby.
Not smiling
Not
whatsoever.
smiling.
All that gold, all that stuff.
Unhappy.
All
but
gold,
what about,
everything.
not all of them are. Like, what about Lydia? She always seems happy.
Well,
Yeah,
she's
she-
Spanish,
yeah,
so a
very
little more
lively.
flavor
Is that
and
what it
flair
is?
to it. You know,
It's
Well,
just-
you
it's not a
know,
culture.
I gotta be honest though. Opti, the 85, he's been posting videos of him dancing after lifts. I think they have more fun than we think. Klokov and Chigashev, they have music.
Klokov's having fun now because he's in America.
Yeah, he's
Well,
out.
even when he was training there, they had some girly techno music playing, and they were balling out. They
You got to
liked
get
it.
the people going.
Yeah, no, it kills me when I see that. It is definitely a stark contrast from some of the lifters in America.
Yeah.
Well, you seem pretty cool and collected when you lift, though, too. I mean, what goes through your mind? That's a lame-ass question. Let's scratch that. What do you ever get completely jacked out of your mind before a lift, or are you always?
I
calm?
definitely get pumped up. I sniff my nose torque. I'm just a calm and collected person, so everyone expresses themselves differently, and that's just how I express myself. You can't force it, or you won't lift well.
Yeah.
So I can't go out there and act like I'm a freaking crazy person and do anything too crazy because that's not me and it's not natural. For somebody like John, that is his natural personality. So when he gets crazy, he thrives in it.
Talking about John North.
Yeah. For me, that would be totally fake, and I would waste all my energy trying to do that, and then I couldn't lift weight.
I'd go out there and yell, and then I'd pass out because I was yelling too much. I find that I have to be really calm and collected for snatch, but I have to get a little bit more jacked to do clean and jerk.
No, I'm a yeller all around.
Yeah, Nathan definitely yells.
Oh my God.
Like a little
Attaboy.
girl too.
Yeah,
Sean,
it's really high.
You are a little bit different
You're a screamer?
on the spectrum.
Yeah.
I remember you at the Bar Slam Fest, you and John going back.
Yeah, John and I were
forth.
lifting back and forth actually in the clean and jerk. That was lots of fun.
And you kind of were having like a Bar Slam competition to see who could break the platform that we put down.
We were definitely trying.
Yeah.
I mean, that Penlay equipment, though, I'll tell you, it holds up.
It holds up. Penlay.
Yeah, that was lots of fun.
MuscleDriverUSA.com.
I'm a little more extroverted, I think, than Coop, but nowhere near as like jacked as John likes it. John really thrives on it. It's a I don't know that I could waste that much energy before a lift and still be good for something.
So who's talking about getting jacked? Who's your competition tonight?
Donnie Schenkel.
Oh yeah,
Supposedly.
yeah.
He's on the start
apparently
list.
he's here. No one knows.
I haven't seen him. Yeah,
He's
I
on
know
the
he's
hotel
coming
room.
down. We were
He's
talking
on the
to John.
list.
Yeah, we were talking to John the other day, and he was in the car, and he was definitely coming, but I have not seen him.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm sure he'll show
great
up.
Don McCauley.
That would be that'd be a lot of fun to see him lift. Of course, he's coming back from that injury, and Sean's really wants to see if he can take down that total that he puts up today.
Talk about
everybody knows that,
Yeah.
and they understand obviously coming back, but I still think a lot of people are really excited to see him lift,
Yeah.
regardless of what the numbers are.
Oh yeah, totally, man. It's fun to compete against somebody like that. My first competition, Donnie Schenkel was making the world team, and so to get to compete against him is always a lot of fun.
Well, talk about calm and collected though. Donnie Schenkel.
Yeah.
The guy is just Jedi cool.
Yeah, he's a very, very interesting person. Got a great voice, of course. Everybody knows that.
I was actually just about to ask you, I was like, does he talk like that all the time?
Yes, like I said, you can't fake it.
Well, once he's done weightlifting, I mean, he's going to put Morgan Freeman out of work. He's going to do narrating.
He is a white Morgan Freeman.
Oh, yeah.
He could do something, so we'll see what happens. I don't know if he'll ever be done completely lifting weights, though, but maybe competitions.
Yeah, maybe. So,
He can narrate pumping iron 12.
Actually, hold on. Let's get quiet. No. Actually, we can hear this, and I'm actually thinking about. We're talking about numbers. We're talking about openers.
Yeah, we're talking about numbers for.
We got the inside scoop now going on.
He has everyone else's opener on his phone.
Can we be competitive with her?
I'll get you the number.
Oh, baby.
When do you need to buy? All right.
Pretty quick.
Now. Do it now.
Well,
Sean.
we have a girl that's competing
This
at the
isn't a watch,
moment. Her
that's-
name's Ariel Stevens from Muscle
Yeah.
Driver. She's got a chance to make the Pan Am team. A couple people are tweaked up. They pulled out of this meet. They decided to train for Worlds. And
It's one shot.
yeah, she's got a chance, definitely has a chance to make the world team. And we kind of thought there's only 2 girls spots. Will we have any girls on our team that have a chance? And, the way it worked out, we do.
You guys know I have to kill you.
Oh, no. We've been discussing numbers on the podcast.
We've just been told that Don McCauley has to kill us.
We are about to be
because
assassinated.
The Egyptian pharaohs had to kill the workers.
Don is
Great Don McCauley, come and say hi to all the fans, the listeners. Garage
How you
athletes.
doing? Glad to be here. Got to go back and work.
If you want to find me later, I'll have a knife in my back. I'm going to be over here in the corner,
We'll be looking behind us here. What's going
gasping
on?
my last.
So how many athletes do you guys have at Muscle Driver here?
We have
today?
We have a couple distance athletes. I don't know, 13 is a good
Yeah,
guess.
I think that's about right.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh, damn.
So
Yeah, we just coached 4 girls in the last session.
Yeah.
4 at the same time. We got 2 right now.
yeah, I'm just distracted from these ridiculous tans. That's the
That
most
caught
tan I've
my
ever seen.
attention too. I was walking
take a
through the
video of
expo
that.
yesterday and it smudged on my shirt. I was trying to get over to a booth. Guy brushed up against me and he ruined my sleeve.
Yeah, that's something.
There's so much spray tan going on right now. It's ridiculous. And honestly, like we were talking about people watching or whatever. Like the lack of awareness that people have about their bodies, we were talking about earlier,
Oh,
is
yeah.
ridiculous. Like what people are okay with walking around in it's a little bit scary.
I'll be the first person to walk around in a Speedo, but I mean, this didn't just happen.
why not? You know, this is the one weekend out of the year that you can shamelessly do that without being weird.
That's a good point.
That's true. And you know what? I guess walking around in a singlet normally would probably be a little bit weird, but it definitely would not be. It wouldn't be frowned upon in here. I think, you know.
I don't know how I roll.
I mean, when you've got people walking around with like jewels on their bras, like just these bedazzled like bikinis and stuff.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh
how did I miss that?
They've got an entire booth in there that's all they sell. It's like $2,000 bikinis with like competition. Like, some of them they spend more money than that on them. They don't make that much money if they win.
I don't even want to spend that.
It's called
on
investing
a car.
in the sport. It's called
Let alone a bedazzled
investing in
bikini.
the sport.
It's not investing. Most of the girls that do that.
It's like buying an Eleiko bar.
Yeah,
but you get to use that every day, man.
They just wear it under their clothes.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Not if it costs $2,000.
You better wear it outside. So, did you just text it to Don?
No, I didn't text it to him. I'm going to go tell him in a little bit, or send it. I'm going to send a runner to go tell him.
I would say, do we need to cut?
No, we're good. I figured out the night. He's not going. He's going to need a lot more than he thinks he does.
So what did Ariel snatch? Do you know?
We weren't talking about Ariel.
Uh-oh.
We were talking about a new muscle driver lifter.
Are we
going to do this
here
now?
first?
Is
Can we discuss it?
Is
here
it
right
go?
now? Can we do that?
Can you open it?
I guess so.
Are we allowed to do that? Holly Mangold.
Bomb
Okay.
drop. We got to get this out right away.
Jesus, I didn't even know that. That's like I kind of heard it might.
Looking to join Muscle Driver USA.
Okay, looking. So it's not 100%.
And it very
Not
much looks like it's going that way. And right now, Muscle Driver coaches are helping her get on the Pan Am team.
Wow, that is
Fantastic.
awesome.
So
man.
that's the numbers I just ran really quick. She's going to need to clean and jerk like at least 141, I think, to knock Maddie Rogers off.
That was not what I expected you to say. So.
Oh, what did you expect me to say?
I thought you were totally running numbers for Ariel.
For Ariel, yeah.
So
I thought so too.
you
That's
were-
why I was so confused when he came up to me, telling me, the numbers. So
I was thinking we were going to get 2 name drops. I thought you were saying like, I thought you were talking about.
I thought you were talking about.
So and then I could do my
well,
bomb sound effect again.
There's a couple typos in the spreadsheet of the
Tatiana?
Arnold, which obviously I knew that was a typo. But there's a couple other people where I was like, wait a minute, is Sean about to say that typo was not a typo? So, but they're just some typos on the spreadsheet.
Speaking of typos, what happened with James Tatum? He pulled. Is that right?
In the snatch.
Was it in the snatch?
The snatch, he bombed out. He didn't make a snatch.
I didn't get to see it.
James, same situation Travis is in. He's trying to make teams, and there's only 3 spots for the Pan Am Games team.
So he came on hard on the snatch.
He came,
It was a heavy
balls
opener,
deep,
and he
trying to
knew
go
it.
big.
And
That's how you gotta do it, though.
he knows
It's the
exactly
Arnold.
what he's capable of clean and jerking. And so at the end of the day, he had to put the weight on the bar. He put it on the bar. He missed it.
Just
and
wasn't his day.
shit happens. James is a great snatcher. He knows it, and he went for it. But it was a makeable weight. You never know, man. My snatch has been going great in training too, and I felt like I was opening light. Thank God I did. So.
Yeah. No, I didn't know that was a reason. I was want to make sure he wasn't hurt or anything like that because I didn't get a chance to see the first part of the session.
He's okay. I think we're all healthy coming out of this meet, which is a big plus. I mean, it's not always the case.
So speaking of healthy lifestyles, all that kind of crap, give me what is it like being on Team Muscle Driver on a day-to-day basis?
Give us a day
you
in
guys
the life.
just all live in an apartment together and it's like friends. Because that's what I see. I just see all you guys just in a big loft apartment.
No, I think the situation the Muscle Driver's trying to create is have something like the OTC, but at the OTC you get services. So at Muscle Driver you get money, and you're allowed to spend that money how you desire. So, I don't have to live in a dorm room. I choose the apartment, how expensive it's going to be based on my budget. I choose the chiropractor I want to see. I don't have to go to sports med at the OTC. I have
You got options.
my car. I cook my own food, which I think when I was in college, I did live at the OTC, and it was great. But as I'm older, I want to be more independent, and this is a great situation for me at this age. So,
It gives you that freedom
yeah.
to really take control of your own training.
Exactly, and they want to teach you to be a responsible adult. Obviously, when weightlifting's over, you're going to have to get your own house, car, You're going to have to cook your own food, which sucks sometimes, but
No,
That's
dude,
not true.
just raw
You
chicken
can
and rice.
absolutely eat out every single night.
Yeah, we all hang out a lot and do a lot of things outside the gym together. But for the most part, we, like you said, are adults and got to take care of our own stuff.
Man,
so
that sucks.
Well,
some
I mean,
of us
a
are
lot of-
like I live with Jared, which might as well be like living in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Just
a lot
nothing
of
but beer pong.
basically,
a lot of people on the team are married.
Yeah.
At the OTC, most people are under 25. I mean, of course, Morgan King has moved out there, and she's a little older. But
Do you think that's why they regulate them more? It's just because there's so many younger.
well, other sports, they're not necessarily younger. It's just it is a good situation. It's just Muscle Driver's trying to differentiate itself from a situation like that, and I think it draws an older crowd because of the independence that it is trying to create. And we have people, most of the people on the team are over 23. And at the OTC, I think most people are under 23. And most of the people on our team are married or live with a boyfriend or girlfriend or have a long-distance girlfriend. So we're all somewhat in relationships, and things are just more serious. We're in a different point in our lives just because we're older.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Do you think just having that much freedom kind of weeds out the irresponsible ones and lets y'all really focus on the training?
Yeah, I mean, James is married and he goes to bed at 8:30.
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, everyone's different.
Ugh.
No, thank you.
He's over here going, I don't know, I'm super
I
responsible.
mean, I don't have a life either, but man, I got to stay up late. I don't know. 8:30 is ridiculous to me.
No.
So are you a night owl?
Oh, I'm up till at least 1.
okay.
I mean, I get 8 hours because of trainings at 10. So I usually sleep from like 1 to 9, get up and go to training. But if I could go to bed earlier, I would. But most days, I'm also still in school. So I'm in school. I run my own business. I have training. I have weightlifting classes to coach at a CrossFit. So I got a lot going on. So.
Now, did you get into that because you got on a Team Muscle Driver, or were you already doing that?
Oh,
Like,
I was
what-
already like coaching and whatnot. Some newer, business propositions have come up because of Muscle Driver, in the notoriety that gets you. But I mean, I was already going to school, doing my own thing before that. It's just helped elevate it to another
We
level.
have a visitor.
Oh, here we go, Don.
What's up?
What's
Did you get the text?
When Glenn first, when he started posting those videos on the Cal Strength YouTube channel, he had no idea how many people were going to watch those
I had 142.
and how people were going to respond to them. And as they started getting thousands of hits,
It might have been like 142.
it opens up the door. Social media allows people to do seminars. I run my company, the Weightlifting Scoop, and of course the podcast is kind of collectively the teams, but I definitely take charge of that. And Sean, he's doing his heavy metal barbell thing, and
That's awesome.
Yeah, man, that's really catching on great. I know we got several people at our gym that are just in love with the thing, man.
yeah. And I mean that's how the Attitude Nation started, just the
Oh,
Cal
no,
Strength
it's
videos.
something important's happening, and he's trying to gloss over it.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
I think, and now I feel bad because we know.
Oh, yeah, no. We do know. Should we tell him?
No, don't. Let's not say anything. Let's say
You didn't see anything. These are not the droids you're
These are
looking
not the
for.
droids.
I'm actually extremely curious what the heck's going on over there, 'cause I don't know. I mean, it's the women's Pan Am session. I'm just a weightlifting enthusiast as well. I love coaching as much as lifting myself, so I'm a numbers guy, and I like to know what everyone's doing. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's been something that we've been drawn to. We've been trying to talk to and get around as many people as we can because it's not very often we get to come out to these things. And I just found myself drawn to this all day, and I feel bad.
goodness, yeah.
But we got some good content. We got the last session with Tatiana, and we're gonna put that up. I think that's gonna be great. I'm actually curious. You guys seem to have. I don't want to make this sound negative, but there seems to be a lot of people that go through Muscle Driver. People maybe that make the team and they're just not on there very long. Is there just? I mean, there's a certain. I'm assuming there's a certain whatever that you have to maintain in order to stay on there. So
Well, there's different stipend levels. So now me, James, and Jared are at the highest stipend level, and you have to be at 90% of the world total to make that, which is pretty tough. I mean, you have to do weightlifting for a number of years to get to that point. So financially, we do have it a little easier. And of course, once you're at that point, you're probably getting a stipend from USA Weightlifting. But if you're just making the team, honestly, you start out and your stipend is not, anything to brag about. It's, but the idea is that you kind of come in, use the social media outlet that you get to kind of boost yourself and make your own money, because it does give you a certain amount of credibility that you wouldn't have if you didn't have that social media possibility. So
well, you guys used to have a lot of video that was done consistently, and then that kind of stopped for a little bit. I think you guys just recently brought somebody back on to do that. But I was talking to Sean, was it last August or whatever? You were saying that they're really kind of leaving it to you guys to really kind of push yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, for a while there, it was just like, hey, let's repost what they post on Instagram. That was it. But they hired Derek Sellers. He's a really great videographer. Does a few other things too, and they're starting to do the videos more. To be honest, Derek has like so much work on his plate, that kind of takes up a lot of his time. But he's been getting in the gym, doing video, and he does awesome stuff.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I definitely will not say it's not easy. If you start at the bottom on the C stipend, it's not easy. You have to uproot your life, and start out making $400. Of course, the idea is that you're incentivized to get better, but shit happens. Not everyone PRs at every meet, and it's tough. And some people, if their name isn't growing, they're not starting their own business, they're not really going out of their way to get another job, you can't live on $400 a month. So people do come and go, and I think even if they were getting paid better, people would still come and go.
So it depends on the person.
But
for
you
sure.
did it, though. So
I drove, packed my car up. I'm from California. I drove 3,000 miles. I left my girlfriend. I didn't leave her. She's back there. We're still together. But, I said, hey, I got to go do this. I got to go do this. Packed all my stuff up. I'm out there. Got no job. I had no stipend, not even $400. I had zero stipend, okay? So I just,
he's bagging groceries, or
did what I had to do to just.
So you started
went out there, I already had like a business, but I just basically grew it, talked to people at CrossFit, started getting coaching gigs, and trained.
And that's
now you're here. For real, man.
And honestly, we did go through some tough times. It's public.
Everybody
has.
has.
That Glenn had a stroke, and that was tough on the team. I mean, luckily we had just hired Don McCauley, but a lot of people had moved there to train with Glenn, and then Dawn has done a great job of kind of, as we've recruited.
Here comes Tatiana. There she goes.
Hello.
Good job today.
Good job.
Yeah,
I think we just got her smiling.
What?
Yeah, did you get that on camera?
Smiled at us. Did you get that on camera?
Nick, did you get that?
She's happy.
Did you get her smiling on camera?
She might have been out of focus.
She wants to meet me at the hotel.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Yeah, so, okay, but you've been on the team almost since the start, right?
I mean, look, I've been weightlifting 12 years, and I know that I don't want to live at the OTC just because I want to cook my own food and live in an apartment and have a car and those things, and I know that. And I also know what weightlifting used to be like, and the amount of money I make is not glamorous, but you could not do that in weightlifting before. You just couldn't do it, and so I understand that.
It's not in America.
And I'm anything, as far as weightlifting goes, I know that you're never going to be spoiled. I'm going to do the sport regardless. If I move home, I have to pay for all my trips. I don't get a stipend. I could work at a CrossFit gym and make decent money, but also I'm going to be working 30, 40 hours a week. So the alternative for me, there's no alternative.
Yeah.
I'm there for good. Until 2016 at least, let's put it that way, because that's really my goal. So
yeah, no, absolutely, man. I think you're working towards it. I'm curious because, like I said, you do see that kind of come and go, and I'm just curious if are people leaving, on their own accord, just because they can't handle it anymore, or if it's more often than not you see people being let go because they're not cutting it.
Well, nobody's
like
really
50-50.
ever been let go. Every situation is unique. I mean, at a point, everyone moves there, and maybe they don't, like, I've been weightlifting for 12 years, so I know how long it takes to get to certain weights. Maybe some people underestimate how long it takes to get really, really good.
Yeah.
And so they kind of move out there on a whim and think they're going to, like, skyrocket in performance. And, of course, the first few months, usually people hit a lot of PRs. But it doesn't come every day, every week, every month at a certain point. And it takes a long time to get good at weightlifting. So I think once people realize that and they're like, wow, I'm not going to make 2016 and making 2020 is going to be hard, sometimes if they came in there and they're like 2016 is what I'm going for, and they realize that that's not going to happen, well, they're like, okay, well, let's go do something else.
So you don't think there's a lot of people that come in there that are maybe trying to do the opposite? Maybe they're not so worried about the Olympics, but they are trying to use that platform that you guys have to grow themselves and their brand?
Sure. I mean, really the main person who's left that is probably going to make the Olympics is Morgan, and she moved to train at the Olympic Training Center with Zygmunt. She really clicked with him, and you can't blame her for that. That's as good of a situation. So she's really the only one that's left that I'm pretty sure she'll make 2016. So
I'm still freaking out that you just said I'm not going to be able to PR every week. I'm thinking I'm going to hit one every week for the rest of my life.
Nate's 21. He's been weightlifting for 6 months.
What if
and
I
he got
told
under
you
140 like 6 times?
You might go several months without a PR.
Like Morpheus right now.
That's what I just did.
You?
What if I told you you might go several months
Unless you
without a PR?
take the pink pill.
Nah, dude.
Ignorance
is
What if you take
bliss.
the pink pill?
I'm going to say, it's like, no, but this is my PR with straps.
Yeah.
This is my PR with this shoe untied.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a good psychological
pressure.
motivator. I mean, you can go in and just pick something that you know you're going to do well that day, or feel like you could do it. And
I've never snatched more than this with this
I've never done
pressure.
a 4-rep max snatch, but I mean, let's go find out. That'll be a PR.
Yeah,
hey,
absolutely.
look, I mean, between moving down a weight class and doing this for 12 years, I'm going to be hard pressed to ever hit a PR in the snatch and clean and jerk from the floor. It's possible, but given that I'll probably stay 77 or lower for the rest of my career. So I track everything, man. I track how many times I hit 140, 145 in a month. If I hit 145 X number of times in a month, that's a PR to me, I'm getting more consistent. So you track everything, and that's how you stay motivated. If you only measure it by the snatch and clean and jerk from the floor, you may not PR for a matter of years.
You're going to go crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I was curious. I've been wanting to talk to you about heavy metal barbell.
Oh, yeah, man.
Because that's something you started. I didn't know you worked at a CrossFit gym. I knew that you did the heavy metal barbell, and I was curious about it because it's getting pretty popular, especially with the guys that like to lift heavy weight in CrossFit, right? You've seen it a lot.
We've been getting pretty positive feedback out of it. A good friend of mine, he's coached some regional athletes. He lives in Taiwan. He actually opened Taiwan's first CrossFit affiliate. And so him and I got together and decided to start writing CrossFit programming. Now, I'd already started heavy metal barbell. I've been doing I run a barbell program out of a CrossFit gym in Charlotte called CrossFit Huntersville, and it's the only program I can think of that we have like a full dedicated weightlifting room with good equipment, platforms, and programming specifically for that. But we just recently started doing the daily programming, the heavy metal WOD. People seem to like it a lot. Guys who like to lift heavy weights. It still makes them, do their cardio, their metcons, their skill work.
Yeah.
We think it's good. It's produced regional competitors in the past. We're going to do it in the future. And, we're excited about it. It's going well, man.
So, Sean, you guys look like geniuses after 15-1, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 15-1 was really hard for us.
Do you have a lot of PRs in 15-1 from the people who follow?
We didn't have clean and jerk PRs because we clean and jerk.
Well, that's the thing, though, is that, so I definitely do more weightlifting than anything, but I was originally a CrossFitter, went more into weightlifting, and for whatever reason, the last couple months I've been kind of having another love affair again with CrossFit or whatever, and I did the open WOD, and I was nowhere near my PR for clean and jerk, just because I'm used to be able to sit down and drink coffee 5 minutes
Well,
between
you're one of
lifts.
6 people that didn't sandbag the first portion of the workout?
Well, that's true too, I guess.
I did 1 total bar rep, and now I'm going to do some clean and jerk.
I don't know, man. There's some guys that put up a good. Jared Enderton did,
Oh, yeah.
He did a few rounds,
Did a couple rounds.
I bet if Jared Enderton did CrossFit for a while, he was a great wrestler.
I think Jared Enderton would kill CrossFit.
Well, I think he's going in, he's talking about doing some grid stuff.
Yeah, he should.
He got some really good footage of him doing pull-ups at GG1 at the garage game.
Yeah. And
double
he's like
unders.
the only weightlifter actually doing grid besides Klokoff, and he's not that big a deal. So
yeah. But what about didn't Tom do? Did he win?
Tom
he do
did one
rep?
round
and then got a bunch of drama from Dave Castro.
And then Dave Castro was like, no, we're not having that.
So
but then they looked at the video and they're like, oh wait,
Oh, did he do one round or one rep?
he did one round. He did a
Okay, I
whole
thought he did
round,
one rep.
which I mean,
See, that's legit. You
toes
should-
the bar don't sound hard until you're almost 300 pounds.
Yeah, if you weigh 300
Okay.
pounds, I mean,
And let me tell you, a
toes
weightlifter
bars,
has a much heavier lower body than they do an upper body.
There's not a whole lot of hip flexion
get-
that goes on in weightlifting.
whether you're efficient or have good technique or not, it's hard to get big ass legs up to the top. That's
So
just how it
after
is,
he saw the video of him grinding, did he pull it and count it?
No, he's back on there.
Oh,
yeah, they counted
fantastic.
it. Yeah, now Tom's back on there. They pulled like Matt Vincent. He's a Highland Games athlete. They pulled his because Matt didn't even really try.
Yeah, I think
man.
he did. He was the one that did one rep.
Yeah, he did one. There was a lot of guys who did like one rep and were able to get
Over
around 400
400
pounds, something like
yeah.
that.
They pulled all those, but you know what? They did not. The rules say if you do one rep, it counts, and then they
Yeah.
kind of reneged on it and said, oh, well, you have to do 2 rounds, and if you did over.
I mean, I
300,
don't
we're
think I can't see how they didn't think that would happen.
Well, it's more the spirit
they,
of
well,
it, I think.
they
is what
even
were
said,
going.
yeah, I mean, Dave Castro that night said, somebody put the post up there or
Yeah,
whatever. It's
yeah.
like, yeah, you can
Posted a
sandbag the
video.
first workout if you want, but
Yeah,
you're not
that's
going
right.
to place well.
That's
like,
right.
he actually said that.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said that, and it's true. I mean, these weightlifters are not going to do well, and there's no shame in them doing the open. They still got their $10, $20 this year. So,
Yes.
hey,
Yeah,
CrossFit
it's-
got their money. You're giving them a bad taste in your mouth. You just made money off of these people, and they're not going to make regional. So who cares?
I really
business.
think that CrossFit
Business
doesn't
first.
care. I think they put it up there just for more exposure and drama for people.
Controversy.
Yeah, good or
Yeah.
bad, whatever it
people
is.
loved it. People did love it. I could care less, but people love it.
So Sean,
Yo.
do you do CrossFit?
Yeah, every day, man.
Yeah. So more importantly, heavy metal
Snatches,
barbell.
cleans, jerks,
Yeah.
squats.
Do you listen?
You vary the lifts a lot.
I do functional movements at a high intensity
and
over
you,
broad modal and time domains.
and they're constantly
Yeah.
varied.
And they're
constantly very.
always different
sometimes
stuff.
varied.
Vary between the snatch and the clean and jerk.
Yeah, they're varied. Sometimes I'll do a jerk.
Subjectively varied.
sometimes
So-
Sometimes I bring the bar to my knees.
They're not random.
sometimes I don't even make the lift. I mean,
So heavy metal barbell. Do you
We
just
call those
blare heavy
deadlifts.
metal music during the workouts?
you'd think that, but I'm a
Cyrus?
big metalhead.
Miley Cyrus first.
I used to play in a lot of bands.
Really?
I played a lot of different music. I played blues, guitar, lead guitar, and I actually sang for that blues band.
Okay.
Oh,
I
wow.
played in a punk band. I played in a metal band. This was before I even started weightlifting. But
And I haven't heard him sing yet. I don't.
no.
See,
It's
I
a
would,
scream,
I would,
though. It's
I
the
would
guttural.
peg you for like a northern, Brooklyn, hardcore band,
yeah.
something like
That's actually what we were.
Crowbar
yeah.
or something like that. Like,
No Redeeming Social Values was like a big influence
Yeah.
on the punk band that we did. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that was cool, but so I do love metal, but while I'm training, can't do it. I'll get too out of control.
Really?
You gotta keep that calmness. You
Gotta
gotta
be
keep collected,
composed.
focused. On the task at hand.
Not even on the
If
clean and jerk?
No, if you put metal on, I would. Somebody would be pregnant. Somebody would have an injury.
You're looking for
The building would be on fire.
You're looking for the log press. Do
Yeah.
some strongman
Yeah.
training.
I mean, maybe in like a squat, something more like a brute strength kind of lift. But
Yeah.
even clean and jerk, it's more of a strength lift, but you need to focus on a good technique.
Gotta have that finesse.
Yeah,
that's cool.
can't do the
It's-
metal while I'm lifting.
It's good to see that. Yeah, the more I train, I used to have to get jacked to do anything. And the more I train, or maybe it's the older I get, the more I just have to keep calm.
In
So,
order to do
yeah,
a weight
not there
every
yet.
day, you have to learn to do it calm because you
That's
can't,
the thing.
You can't
Yeah.
be jacked up every day. Of course, at a competition.
I mean, I'll get jacked up out there. That's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, consistency every day. You need to go through the same kind of process. Yeah.
Wait, so I can't take 12 scoops of C4 a day?
Eventually.
At 21, you can, yes.
Bro, I'm 12 foot tall and bulletproof right now. I'm 21. I don't care, man.
In 2 years, you're gonna look like you're 50.
Oh, I don't care. I'll look like, I'll pull a John Coffey. I'll just become eclectic and hold myself off.
So actually, talking about John Coffey, both Nate and I both trained with him for a little
Love
bit.
that
Travis,
guy.
you did as well.
yeah,
Do you have a
I-
good John Coffey impersonation?
No.
I have a great one.
Seems like everybody.
Dong?
I could fall asleep here, and that'd be.
Talking about listening to heavy metal while doing some weightlifting, I just don't see how that would be beneficial for a muscle driver athlete.
Now, Travis, I think that if you just tighten up, you'll see this some bitch go right.
That's pretty
You should
good.
grab yourself a couple of them greens. And
He's
put them on
a
the
he's a
side.
great guy. He's paid his dues in weightlifting, and I train there for on the weekends sometimes. I actually worked at CrossFit Atlanta for a few years.
Oh, yeah.
While
Yeah,
I,
cool.
I went to school at Georgia Tech, so I'm from Georgia, and I've only lived away from Georgia for 3 years of my life. A year and a half in Colorado, and then, well, I guess 2 years in Charlotte now.
So you know all the crew. You know Edward Baker, Ryan Tyler, and all those guys over there. Yeah, we trained with them for a second.
Yeah, Ryan used to go to my CrossFit at CrossFit Atlanta, and I started a barbell program there that was pretty good. We trained hard, man, and right as I moved to Muscle Driver, it kind of fell apart because the other guy who was a great weightlifter moved back to Minnesota.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, and actually that's how we started the weightlifting team and everything that we've got going on now is through coffee. Rachel Bombachino is our weightlifting coach at our gym, and it all came through there, man. Yeah, everybody's got a funny John Coffey story, but when it comes down to it, man, that man has done more for American weightlifting over the years than probably anybody else.
He introduced me to the barbell.
He was in the sport way before it was cool in the U.S., so, It used to be, you used to have to be very lucky to even know what weightlifting was.
So when you knew John, was he still wearing the light blue sweatpants that he's wearing today?
Of course.
Probably.
Come on.
Yeah.
Have you ever trained with Sean?
No, I know John, but I've never trained with him, and I would say that he has not changed since the first time Travis met him. Absolutely not.
Well, they moved locations for about a weekend. They got a new space in the same little shopping center area, and they were all talking about it. Everyone was telling me about it, and I was planning on coming home for that week. He said, "Yeah, we just moved." I said, "Oh, I'll be here this weekend." I get to that weekend. Oh no, we're back. John didn't like it. He put the down payment on. They were there for 2 days. He said, "No, I don't like the change."
Unfortunately, I really wish that they could expand their location because they have a great thing.
Well, he could expand it, but he loves where they're at so much.
Yeah.
He's a creature of habit. He loves it, and he can do what he wants. So that's what he wants to do. And they produced, and maybe they could switch the weightlifting and the cardio side, and
just have a big weight room area.
Yeah, honestly, if they switched all that over there. Although, man, that equipment that they've got in there is just awesome.
Trainer Dan would freak.
It was just...
Trainer Dan would freak. He'd lose his mind.
If you haven't been to his gym, it just looks like, it's just great, man.
Like
all
a museum?
the equipment. Yeah, it is. It's a museum of strength.
Pictures.
And all over the walls.
Pictures
it's just
everywhere.
history.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like Rich Soren's gym of Sorenex. If you ever get the chance to go there, it's like going to a museum. And
I've seen it in
weightlifting,
videos.
powerlifting, strongman, throwing, everything. He's got all the stuff there.
Well, that's how he coaches, though. I mean, you do a weight session with John, he'll say, "I want you to go over there and look at that picture of that girl right there."
Every time you go, he's like, "Now you might want to try squats, split snatching here." Because, there was a time when split snatching was very popular. He's got every single one.
Don't do it.
It works.
No, don't do it.
Don't fall into that trap.
I will kill you.
What, Sean? You can start
Show up
split
at your
snatching?
door.
No, I'm not going to start split snatching. No, I'm good.
Come on, man, do it. Everyone's doing it.
Nobody's doing it.
Everyone's doing it.
They used to.
So I was talking about I mentioned Tom earlier or whatever, and he left the team. Where did he go? He moved down to. Is he teaching CrossFit at the gym?
I mean, he's still in the Charlotte area. He's pursuing grid, so he's on the Marauders.
There's what is it? What's the Charleston Marauders? They're like a Southern Amateur Grid League team or something like that. They're actually connected with the DC Brawlers. So that's a good, feeder program to go through.
It is. I know the Atlanta Assassins are coming through Atlanta now, and that's really good.
So he's going there. That's going to get him some experience, on the grid, doing the sport and whatnot. He's been doing a lot of CrossFit with Rudy Nielsen of Outlaw Way, trying to work on his skills, his capacity. His lifting's going pretty good, actually.
He's sometimes. I think, honestly, he's just a little more athletic now. He's been doing handstand push-ups, just kind of some of that gymnastic stuff that he didn't do when he was younger that some weightlifters did. And
do y'all do any of that stuff at Muscle Driver?
I mean, not a lot, just because when you're at Muscle Driver, it's kind of assumed that you've paid your dues as a weightlifter. And, not everyone that ends out there did. And so sometimes very specific training doesn't work out as well as adding in a little more gymnastics. And we're getting better at that, trying to figure out what a newer lifter needs versus, like, say, me and Jared, who have been doing the sport forever, so.
Yeah, do more general training, and I think that's helped Tom out a lot. I think that's why he's hitting he hit some PRs the other day. They were, like, not directly in snatch or clean and jerk, but, and, like, he clean off the blocks. He cleaned 202
off
the block, which something he never did, So it's cool to see him doing well. It's cool.
You do have to be an athlete first, so you got to build those base movements, and I think this has given him an opportunity to do so. So long term, and it takes a long time for a super to develop. He's still young for a super, so I think building this base now, I mean, give it 5 or 6 years, he'll be back on the weightlifting map and way better than he used to be. So
cool. Yeah, well, it's good to see people that are young like that be able to come back and do it for sure. I know it's not really. You don't have to be that old to be old for weightlifting, unfortunately.
Well, for supers you can lift a little longer. I think in the lighter weight classes, you definitely develop earlier, just because you're at your if you're 56, you can't really grow much muscle mass and stay at 56. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of wherever you're at naturally. It's a little bit harder. So, and I guess just more food. You get to eat more food.
You gotta eat.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Gotta eat. Donnie Schenkel.
I think partially it's a cultural thing that we haven't seen people in their mid-30s hit PRs, because traditionally weightlifting was not something you could make a living at. I think as you see people being able to make a living at weightlifting and raise families on that money, I think you'll see people 34, 35 hitting big weights. Obviously there's a limit, because we all know there's a certain age you can't do that.
Speed slows down, or it's going to happen regardless. Even if you keep getting stronger, you're going to get slower.
I mean,
peak speed production cuts out at like 25.
Yeah.
So like you can't really get faster after that point.
Yeah, you can get stronger
statistically anyway. I mean, everybody's different, but like you can keep getting stronger. So
speaking of getting stronger, Juan
Sepapula.
The king. Shout out to Juan from Coffee's.
I love Juan.
60-something years old.
69.
69.
What's the quote?
I feel like 62.
He's still hitting 120 kilo snatches, man.
He says, I can't take it any longer. I have to get strong.
I have to get strong. I cannot take it any longer.
More.
Everything on his Facebook, everything is all caps.
Yeah, all the time. He's
like
always turn up.
What's up, guys? Juan the king. How do you spell his name? I want to give him a shout out.
Juan.
Okay, his last name. Go follow him on Facebook.
It's spelled like Supelveda. SUPELVEDA, something like that.
Have no fear,
Juan.
The king is here.
The king. Everything
Every
he
time
posts
he walks
is
in the
caps.
gym.
And I don't know, the guy's inspiring, man, to see somebody at his age do what he does. And he's done this
I just
whole life.
imagine him typing it and yelling at the computer screen.
I think he does it. I think he
Everything
types
he does.
out loud.
I hit the huge clean and jerk.
Like
PR
he's speaking
today.
while he's typing it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. He's
Or
doing the
he's
hunt
got
and peck with the one finger.
No, he's got the voice to talk, the text to talk.
Oh yeah, he does that
And
like dragon
he's
speak,
yelling,
and he's
that's
just yelling at it.
That's why he does it. That's why
Yeah.
everything's in
Hey,
caps.
he's got it going on. When you ball like Juan, you don't need to type anymore. Okay?
Didn't he used to be like a golf pro? I don't know.
He's used to be a lot of things.
He used to be a lot of
If I
stuff.
remember Juan.
He still is a lot of
It
things.
still is a lot of things.
Well, cool, man. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
Coming out right after or right before you're going to go lift. I'm
actually
really
going to go weigh in
stoked.
like right now.
Yeah.
Well,
let's
good
get
luck.
this thing done so you can
Give
go
it
weigh
out
in.
cutting.
And then you can go eat. Yeah.
I'll find you
Yeah,
afterwards.
I'm going to eat a sandwich on the scale.
On the scale.
That's
It's
how I
just-
roll.
Can
I'll
we
find
get
you after
video
and
of
get
that?
you a
We need
Reese's.
to get video
I'll
of
get you a
that.
Reese's after.
Butt naked eating a
4:30.
sandwich on the scale.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
Well, yeah,
And,
I mean, definitely. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having
man.
us on.
We had a blast.
Absolutely.
for sure.
So, is there anything you guys want to plug before we go?
Oh, well, thank you for letting us shamelessly plug stuff too. Check out the Weightlifting Scoop. If you guys are looking for a weightlifting seminar from me and potentially some other muscle driver people, if you want to put on a weightlifting meet, email me at theweightliftingscoop@gmail.com. We'll hook you guys up, and hopefully we'll continue to have good guests on our podcast that you guys want to hear.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
What's your show?
Heavy Metal Barbell, like it on Facebook, Instagram, heavymetalbarbellclub.com. Follow the
And
WOD.
it's free, right?
It's free. Free
Like,
free WOD
How the hell
programming.
are you going to get better
You
than
can
that?
send me questions, send me videos. I mean, yeah. I mean, come on.
Let's do
But
it.
about like weightlifting and working out.
No, those
I'm
videos
gonna
too.
send
You
you-
can send those videos.
But
The
like
other
also
ones.
Send you
Snapchat.
everything.
Also Snapchat.
Selfies. I'm sending you nothing but selfies now.
Beautiful.
Oh man! Well, as always, go to garageathletes.com. Sign up for our newsletter for more podcasts like this, videos, how-tos, demos. We're gonna have some programming up soon, and we'll tell you guys more about that. No, we just got our shop up, so we got our badass on a budget T-shirt,
Right
and
here.
that's
Follow
it,
us-
guys.
Follow us on @GarageAthletes on
Yeah,
Instagram.
at Garage Athletes on Instagram. We just started that up, so yeah, brand new. Travis, Sean, guys, thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank
Good
you.
luck.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.